Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your April Soul Session. I'm Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend, and what's not, all whatever. So, first, we're going to be looking at an overall energy as well as a challenge, and then we're getting into a more specific spread where we're going to be looking at what you guys may encounter in the month of April and whatnot, or whatever. So, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay. Interesting. Those flew out. Let me go ahead and pick the cards for your other spread while we're here. Dagnabbit, son of a gun. All right, let's see here. All right, first card out, your overall energy for the month of April. Okay, there we go. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. And then we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. That's interesting. Okay. First thing that comes to me, Aquarius, this is fascinating. All right. Not necessarily that you guys are like losing money or anything, but I do feel there's some overspending that is happening. And the irony with this challenge being the Knight of Cups, where this overspending is coming from is an attempt to like make yourself feel better or because the word that's coming to me is like inadequacy, but it's not saying you actually are inadequate. It's like a perceived inadequacy. So something is missing or lacking in your life. And I mean, that can go a million different ways. It could be not being self-confident and buying super expensive clothes in order to feel more confident. It could be feeling lonely, right? And spending a lot of money on stuff and things to make one feel less lonely. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the case, I do feel that there is kind of like a halt in money. That's why that's going to be important. And I don't know if that's because tax season is kind of, well, I mean, it's not over with until like the 15th, but, and yeah, I mean, unless your taxes are held up, I don't know. But it feels like there's money that could be coming in for you guys and that being held up. But I feel the reason for that, and then we're going into Mercury retrograde, so that could totally be a thing. But I feel like why that is being held up, because the hope is that one recognizes this, because this doesn't necessarily feel to me like an inherent personality trait type of thing. Like, because I mean, I don't think that there are inherent personality traits of people who are just bad with money. You know what I'm saying? But I feel it's a situational type of thing. Like something has happened, and this reminds me of, I said something similar with Pisces. So if you have that in your chart, check it out. But something happened, and I feel the way that Aquarius is like self-soothing. That's a perfect term for this. The way that Aquarius is self-soothing is by spending money, but something temporary, I have to stress that, something temporary happening in the month of April that slows up your money or delays money coming in is offering an opportunity. It's almost like that break. Or even if it's something that you have to pay for, like you've had a lot of expendable income and something has come up that you have to pay for, so you have to kind of slow up. It's like during that meantime, in between time, you not being able to spend money like you usually do is gonna offer an opportunity for this aha moment to come up, right? So it's kind of like if you're feeling the itch to spend money and you can't, right? It's almost like that offers an opportunity for you to be like, wow, I'm literally craving to go to TJ Maxx right now. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm craving to go to Amazon. And I think it's almost like you feeling that feeling, being like, wow, like this is a thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, with your challenge being, and I want to clarify this, see if I can get some more information about it. With this Knight of Cups in the reverse, I feel the challenge is really being able to see that like the emotional state that you guys are in, there's some kind of deficit or lack in that. Or if I were to say it more clearly, it's not addressing what's happening with you emotionally. And I do feel it's in the realm of kind of like a self-love confidence kind of thing. Um, Even though this is a cups card, it doesn't really feel to me as related to anyone else. Like this doesn't feel like the only way I could see it dealing with someone else if it's like the absence of a person. Like if you were in a relationship and you're not in a relationship anymore, that's the only way I could really see that, but I don't feel like it has anything to do with anyone presently. But let me clarify this really quick to see if can get anything else in reference to this. Can I? Okay. Oh, I stand corrected. Well, nope, my guys just said something else. Okay, wait. I don't know if you can see that. It's the broken heart card in the reverse. And I was saying I stand corrected because I was like, that do sound like a relationship to me. But my guides are saying this could literally be the loss of someone as well. So it could be losing someone, whether that is them, like losing them to them passing away, or losing someone where it's like a relationship breakup, but that still would be them not being there. A relationship breakup, or it could even be like the breakup of a friendship. But what I'm getting from this is that the challenge for you all is to heal, right? And depending on what it is that we're talking about, I know that can be easier said than done, right? But the goal, and I'm saying not like your literal goal, but I'm saying energetically what I'm seeing is more or less, I'm just going to show y'all what it is I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a hump, and I'm seeing the energy go over the hump, right? So that's saying to me that the goal is for you guys to move forward, so to start like a healing process, but there's a stagnation that's there because what's happening underneath it all isn't really being addressed. It's being suppressed. The first word I heard was repressed. Okay. So it's being repressed or suppressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to like look that up when I'm finished so I can see the difference between the two. You're more than welcome to do it now. Put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this energy is being repressed or suppressed. It's not fully being acknowledged. And because of that, that is what's inhibiting the healing process. And I say this to clients and stuff all the time, that I look at emotions as energy in motion, right? And the law of physics, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just transfers into another form, right? So when you're suppressing emotions are things, they're energy, literally, right? So it has to go somewhere. So it ends up becoming like a pressure cooker. So the more that you keep putting it down, 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 eventually it's going to explode. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel how it is. And this is a very feminine energy, both of these, your overall as well as your challenge, both the cups and the pentacles are feminine energies. And I mean, logically, it makes sense to me because, it's kind of like things being out of balance. So if you look at like the feminine energy, you have like your pentacles, you have your cups, right? If your emotions are being suppressed, right? How are you going to feel that? You're taking, and I'm saying this, proverbially speaking, but it's like you're taking pentacles to fill the void of the suppressed emotions, right? So it's like all of this not feel good. I don't want to not feel good, so I'm suppressing, right? But I still have a huge gap here of emotions. I want to feel happy emotions. I don't want to go through the full process of diving deep into these so I can get to the happy emotions, right? So I'm going to suppress these and try to fill this gap temporarily with the pentacles so I can feel fleeting happiness in a sense, right? But overall, I feel this is a good thing, Aquarius. And the reason why I'm saying that is with there being kind of like a pause in this financial type of deal, allowing for, this openness for these emotions to come to the fore, that's saying to me that you guys, much like the rest of the collective, all the signs that I've done prior to you, this has to do with this eclipse energy, right? Because we have an opportunity to make this epic shift in our lives, to have ultimate self-awareness of, the what's, the hows, the whys, and the doings that we're partaking in. You know what I'm saying? So this is giving you a chance to be able to acknowledge where it is that you're at and make an epic shift that can last for a, really long time, moving forward, So it's more or less like a tip of the hat from the universe of saying, I see your struggle. I see what it is that you're going through, but here's a chance for you to make a shift here, right? Now, getting into your more specific spread, starting out with your central energy representing you all. Ain't this something? We have the Queen of Wands. There's been a lot of court cards that have been coming up this month, I notice. We have the Queen of Wands representing my Aquarius sisters, your past influence. Interesting. We have the Nine of Cuppies. Your underlying influence. Interesting. Much like I was saying, we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Your above energy, which is your potential outcome. We have the Six of Cuppies. I got to remember to cover my face so those can be clear. All right. And what to watch out for moving forward into May. Why does this keep coming up for everyone? We have the Knight of Wands. Like, this is these freaking court cards. Good Lord. Okay. Anywho, so with this Queen of Wands here representing you all, my wonderful Aquariuses, I have to say with this, your energy is oriented past tense. I do feel that you guys are channeling the energy. It's really bringing me back to this whole spending money on self type of thing. Okay. This is the whole thing. There's a gap here. And this is just what I'm picking up intuitively, Aquarius. There's a gap here, and the gap, again, with me, I'm so embarrassed every time I share what it is that I'm seeing, because it's always so weird. What I'm seeing is like a gap in between. I'm seeing like a person sideways. This is the inner self. This is like a casing on the inner self, right? So it's like, this is how we're presenting ourselves to the world. This is what's really going on with us. And there's a gap in between that. So the outer casing and the inner self, there's like a gap there. What that's saying to me is going back to what I was saying with this whole money thing. Like, and if I were to say the energy signature I'm picking up on, this would be like the equivalent of going to get nails done, if you're a girl, if you're a dude, getting your beard steamed. I don't know what guys do, getting haircuts, whatever, buying clothes, things of the sort. It's like doing things externally, but what I'm speaking to, Aquarius, I hope y'all can follow me, because this is gonna get so weird. What I'm about to speak to, consciously, you guys, I don't feel would be aware that you're doing this. So it's like, you're not doing this consciously thinking like, oh yeah, I'm going to go, get my lashes done to like heal the void in my soul type of thing, right? It's like, you're just like, oh, I deserve to do nice things for myself. But what I'm being shown is between your challenge, which is the Knight of Cups in the reverse, and this Queen of Pentacles. It's like, that's the gap I'm being showed intuitively. And I'm trying to make sure I explain this properly, because it's something we all do as humans, like it's a normal thing. So it's not like strange or anything, but it's like this, the external stuff that you're doing is like subconsciously an attempt to get a healing salve for, like I said, like the wound in your soul, right? But you're not consciously aware that you're doing this type of thing. So there has to be like an awareness that comes with that. And I feel that's going to come from a personal acknowledgement, like I was saying, like with this broken heart in the reverse, along with the Knight of Cups, there has to be some sort of acknowledgement or like a personal accountability, which is, I might as well just call April the month of personal accountability, because literally every single sign's message keeps coming back to a personal accountability. Like, there's a need for self-honesty of like, what's really going on here? And what's really going on here is the fact that one is kind of paying homage, which, like I said, why this reminds me of Pisces, because the same thing is happening with them. It's paying homage to something that happened past tense, and it's not necessarily like a good thing per se. I'm even seeing that with your potential outcome, but how I'm seeing that is more or less like moving forward. If this is figured out, this can be a good thing. So proverbially speaking, coming into April, it's like you guys are seated in the six of cups in the reverse, in a sense. It's like being a prisoner to the past. It's like something transpired past tense, and it's not healing or moving forward from that, if that's making sense. So something transpired, you won't accept. I can't say that you can't, because you can, right? But it's electing not to process emotions connected with that. It's not acknowledging that. It's not facing that. It's not working through that. Even if we were to throw Taurus up in here, Taurus's reading, I feel, is helpful, because the whole premise of their soul session was pretty much saying that the best way out is through. Like, there is no, detour. There are no side roads. The only way that we move forward and progress in life is we have to face whatever it is that we don't want to face. We have to face that head on. If I were to pull back even to Libra's reading, if we attempt to move forward, because you can, right? It's like you literally can move forward without going through it, but that's because you are suppressing it. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you're moving forward as a fractured version of yourself. And now your energy signature is different. So now you're going to be bringing things into your sphere, right? That are reminding you of this thing that you won't confront in the first place. So now your foreseeable future is now, ever presently a replication of this past thing, right? And I said the same thing to Libra, because it's a symptom of the deeper problem, right? The way that it is that you're engaging with the external world is a rehearsal of this past thing, because it's unfinished business that needs to be faced. So as much as you think, and I'm not saying just you, like, I feel like everybody should watch all of the soul sessions this month, because there's valuable life lessons in literally each sign. I'm not even kidding. And like, this is like real life stuff that I see every day that is, holding people prisoner in their lives. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, it's being like chained to this thing, and this being constantly replicated in your external world. And people can start feeling defeated about that, because it's like all humans suck, life sucks, because all people are like this. And it's really not all people. It's not life in general. It's the fact that everything in your experience, like all of our lives, are about progression and growth, right? But we think, like I say with the Seven of Swords, what you skip will trip you up later. We think that we're sidestepping things, or we're putting it in a container, TBA, like to be dealt with like later on in the future, one day somehow out there. But everything you're experiencing keeps wrapping you back to it, right? Because this has so much of a hold on you that it's bleeding out in every other facet of your life, And with this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands, that's the creative genius, you know what I'm saying, and all the things. But I feel with that, that's just an external thing. So it's almost, in a sense, and I'm putting up a piece about this, like, after I did Libra's reading, I heard That's All Me by Drake. And I was like, that's a weird song. I put it in the Tarot Therapy playlist. But I sat for a second and started thinking about, like, why would that song come up? And as I'm reading the lyrics, I was like, oh my gosh, this is an entire false mask, And now that I think about it, maybe that song wasn't for Libra. Maybe that was for Aquarius, because I did you guys right after Libra. And it's like after I cut off the camera and everything, and I'm preparing to do you guys, I started hearing that. So maybe that is for y'all, child. Look at that. Ain't that something? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put that manifesto up for you guys, Aquarius, because I did pretty much a quick little psychoanalysis of that song, because I'm like, that's too much on one side of the Likert scale of like, oh, that's all me. I did this all by myself. Ain't nobody help me. You know what I'm saying? In jail, no pillowcase. Ain't nobody write me. You know what I'm saying? Is that type of energy. And anyone who externally has to say what you are, who you are, what you have, that's always a sign of insecurity, because who cares? You know what I'm saying? If you feel the need to say what you have going on, it's like, to me, you're trying to control the narrative of how it is that, someone outside of you judges you. And then my question becomes, why are you trying to control the narrative? What is it that you're trying to hide? Why do you need to tell me who you are, instead of just allowing me to get to know you and decide on my own? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, whenever we're trying to control the narrative of how we're perceived, that's a mask. We're hiding something. It's something that I have going on back here that I don't want you to know. So it's a controlled version of myself. And in the little manifesto, I have all these different archetypes, so y'all can read that. But I say all of that to say, and I apologize, Aquarius, I know y'all ain't got time for all of this, but y'all know how my readings are. But anyway, moving right along. But I say all of that to say, coming back to this Queen of Wands, that's what I'm seeing. It's like, what it is that you're projecting out into the world at present, this is a byproduct of something that's transpired in the past. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, that is what's holding this authentic self within. And I feel that's what this whole money thing or whatever, because like I said, it's how the money is being used. I don't necessarily think Aquarius is like flashing that y'all got buku duckies or anything. But I think it's actually the spending of the money, and whether that's in beautifying yourself, I don't know, makeup, hair, clothes, beards, whatever, cars, homes, whatever the case. I don't necessarily feel it's so much that you're doing it for other people. It's things you're doing for yourself, but it's something within you're running from, and you're supplementing this void within with what it is you're doing with money externally, if that's making sense. You feel what I'm saying? And looking at this 9 of Cups, which is in you guys' past influence coming into now, I feel it's been working for you up until this point. That's why this pause in the monetary stuff has to happen. You know what I mean? Or even my guys are saying shock. Like, so I don't know if it's something unexpected that comes up, or like I was saying, expecting money to come in and that money is delayed for some reason. It's like this gap has to happen in order for you to get this wake up call, because I feel up until this point, how you guys have been coping with whatever this is we're talking about, right? Like, spending money has been working. It's been a happy distraction. You feel what I'm saying? But with this 2 of Pentacles in the reverse and you guys hidden influences, the truth of the matter is you have not moved forward. And that's what it is that needs to come to the fore, right? Like, one needs to recognize that it's been a lot of escapism that you guys have been partaking in, right? Like, the coping mechanism has been escapism through spending money, buying stuff and things, right? Tons of self-care treatments. I don't know, right? But that's been the form of escapism, to not face these feelings that are happening deep within because of some sort of breakup or loss, or even for some of you, this could literally just be your self-esteem, your self-concept, right? How it is that you're feeling about yourself. But my guys are even still saying how it is that you're perceiving yourself, that's still the byproduct of some disappointment from someone else. So I can say in totality, with all Aquariuses, I feel the relationship dynamics for each of you is going to be something different, but how it is that Aquarius is feeling deep down inside is the byproduct of something that has transpired between you and another person. And whatever has happened between you and this other person, or like losing this person, has caused you to feel a way within yourself, and how you're coping with it is by distracting yourself with spending money, right? But the thing that needs to be acknowledged is that ever since whatever this is has happened, you have been frozen in time, and everything that is presently existing is in homage to this past thing. I'm asking if that makes sense. Like, you can answer me. I mean, y'all can answer me if you're in the live. You can answer me in the chat. But I'm saying that as if a person's going to be like, it's so crazy. But anywho, but I feel what the overall goal is for this is an integration that needs to happen. You feel what I'm saying? It's accepting what it is that happened past tense and allowing yourself to grieve, which is perfectly okay. You know, if you need to snot cry, you know, punch a wall, whatever the case, go in the middle of nowhere and scream really loud, like whatever it is. But it's time for this to be integrated. And integrating something into your experience doesn't mean that it's writing it off or making it okay or making it fair. It's just coming to a place of acceptance that this is my new reality, right? Whether this is a divorce, breakup, whatever, job loss, like whatever it is, it's accepting how it is you feel about it. Unfair, this is jacked up, you know, I hate this, this is stupid, you know, and giving yourself the permission to feel what it is that you're feeling, right? And it's a redefinition of oneself, you know? And I mean, it's so the same with everything in our lives. It's like, once upon a time, this was not our life. Now it is. And is it great? Sometimes it's totally not. But I feel there has to be, I don't want to say an aha, but I mean, what would behoove you? I could say it this way. What would behoove you is acknowledging what's happening underneath, not running from it and facing it head on so that you can move forward and live, right? Because I feel, like I said, you guys are living in a recycled energy. It's almost like, I don't know, like say if the date was, I don't know, September, let's not say September. Let's say it was August 22nd, right? Like it was August 22nd, you know, 1995. I don't know. So August 22nd, 1995, I don't know, your best friend backstabbed you, lied on you, right? And ever since then, it is, you know, April of 2022. You have been living August 22nd, 1995, every day since then. You know, your life has been, that's what I mean when I say in homage, right? Like your life, everything that you're experiencing is now a reflection of what occurred that day. Like nothing else ceases to exist. So one is continuously reliving August 22nd, 1995 over and over and over and over again. You feel what I'm saying? Everything is filtered through that. So you're not really experiencing life. And, you know, I'm trying not to be so wordy, but it's tripping me out. Like with you guys, I think y'all are the first sign where I've named every single sign, but legit, like it's mind-boggling to me how it's almost like, as it stands at present, each sign I have done, if we were to look at the whole zodiac wheel, it's like each sign holds a piece to the puzzle. And if we were to put all of the lessons together and all 12 of these signs, it's almost like everyone would have a blueprint to like unlock life. Like, I kid you not, because the things that are coming up for me, I'm like, this is deep. Like, this is like core level blockages that I see across the board for people that are holding people back legit. And I'm about to clarify this Knight of Wands because it's been coming up for everybody. Let me see. You got to be kidding me. Wait, let me cover my face. And it's still not clear. Dang at it. Okay, there it is. The man holding the coin in the reverse. Okay, that's what's clarifying the Knight of Wands. So legit, what it is to look out for moving forward for some of you guys. I don't know if you guys are giving money to someone, or if you guys have like a shopping buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if there's someone who's your partner in crime with this whole money spending type of thing, With this coming out in the position of what to look out for, and child, this becomes a whole nother thing. Oh God. Okay. I'll get to that in a second. So if you guys have some sort of partner in crime in all of this, right? Like if it's someone that you go shopping with or something like that, um, I feel that there's a temptation that could be coming for you guys in the latter part of April or the early part of May in reference to this. Another thing I would say with this, if we're talking about a past person, like if this is someone that you guys like, broke up with, you know what I'm saying, with this heartbreak thing, I do, and I have to say it, Aquarius, I do feel like this person quite possibly may come back. And the thing that oh God, this person may come back, and I think the thing that oh gosh, and that's like the same kind of test now, isn't it? Huh. Interesting. Okay, so this message is not for everyone. Um this would be for those of you where the root of you being upset is a breakup, right? I mean, or divorce. I feel divorce is less likely, but this would be like a separation breakup type of thing. With this person in particular, so we have this in mind of how it is we've been spending money, financial deficit, so on and so forth. The thing that will kind of tug at your heartstrings with this person is them being in a less than stellar financial kind of situation, right? But energetically, I'm seeing this kind of like a test, right? But how this is coming to you, and I think I said something similar to Aries, and that's a collective reading, so everybody should watch Aries, because since we're in Aries energy. But how this would be coming to you is almost like with a mask on, right? So if the issue here is one has been using spending money to compensate for how one feels on the inside, right? If a person comes to you under the guise of needing help, you're spending money, but I'm not spending it on myself because I'm helping someone else. But now, and this is exactly why I need to post this piece that I wrote, because like how I was saying, I have all the different masks that we wear to cover up things. Being a caretaker and solving people's problems is another way that we can masquerade like inadequacies that we're feeling within ourselves. So I feel with this person, and my guides are telling me not just for people where this is an ex-romantic partner. This is anyone who comes to you like needing financial help or in some sort of deficit at the latter part of April. Because this would almost be like in therapy, this is called like addiction transfer. I mean, in psychology, period. But it's addiction transfer. So this is like a baby version of what addiction transfer would look like. So say you get this epiphany this month of like, wow, I have been spending money to try to make myself, feel better, right? You have this person who comes along needing help, right? Needing help. And you jump to help this person because now this person becomes another distraction. So for a lot of you, I still stand on that. Some of y'all where this is a romantical type of thing, this person is going to be, making a nice little U-turn and coming back, right? And I feel for y'all, that's two different things that's going on. That puts y'all in Pisces territory where it's like a test of, are you going to go back and do the same kind of thing with this particular person you keep letting in your life? Because that was what happened with Pisces. Are you going to fall for the okie doke of falling for this person coming back into your life again? And then also on the other side, and this is only for people who have Pisces in their chart as well, but are you going to keep letting a person who's shown you who they are keep coming back into your life and hurting you again? Then on the other side, this is, are you also now going to, do addiction transfer? And instead of spending your money to make yourself feel better, it's now, sacrificing, focusing on yourself to help someone else to use that as a distraction. You know what I'm saying? So overall, what it is that I'm seeing, Aquarius, is it's using something, even if we came out of the money thing, it's something that you're using as a distraction from your sadness, grief, unrest, what have you, whatever it is that's happening inside of you, how it is that you're feeling deep down inside. It's using the external world as a distraction from that and not facing what it is that you're truly feeling. And it's only giving you the illusion thereof of progress, but you're still exactly where it is that you were the day that your heart was broken. Nothing has changed, right? It's only the illusion thereof. And it's letting you know that you have the opportunity in April to be able to confront this and start the work to move past this, right? To integrate it into your experience so that now what has happened past tense, you don't forget about it and pretend like it never happened. It's like, you know that this occurred, but with it being integrated, now it's a part of your life song in a sense, right? And it can envelop into who it is that you are, your story, your journey, so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing to look out for, and this is literally like a test, you have the opportunity to do that or don't. But especially for those of you where you do confront this month, this is letting you know that in the latter part of April or the early part of May, there's something else that's coming, not in the same costume as what it is that you were dealing with this month, but it's like, I call it same pig, different coat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's going to look a little different, but it's yet another like dark distraction. It's something else that's coming in the form of a person in needing of assistance, right? That can also act as a distraction. So you want to be mindful of that, to not fall back into the same cycle again with something else, aka the addiction transfer. You see what I'm saying? I hope and pray that that's making sense, Aquarius. These soul sessions this month have been so fascinating for me. I am in love with them, because I love anything that's helping people to grow and, see things that are a little under the surface. And I feel like these are totally doing that. So I hope that this was helpful for you, but most definitely let me know what you think in the comments, Aquarius. And as always, you guys know I love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than